Anyway, so this is objection number 3. I've seen this marketing plan from many different agents. What makes yours different? Love that question. You're going to get that. And so the first thing it says is I'd level shift. Let's talk about what a level shift is. Okay, a level shift is where you when someone get the real textbook version of a level shift is when they ask about the commission. I'll talk about that in a second. So, but the technique is you have to rephrase the question, okay? And then once you rephrase the question, then you have to get them to agree that that's what they've asked, and then move the conversation forward. So let me give it to you in a simple, how much do you charge? And then, so how much do you charge? Well, then you have to rephrase the question, get them to agree that that's really what they're asking. And so what that sounds like on the how much do you charge is, well, it sounds like to me, you just want to net the most amount of money possible. Is that correct? And they go, well, yes. Okay. So now I've rephrased the question. I've got them to agree that that's what they're asking. Now I can move that conversation forward. So that's how a level shift works, right? So let's just look at the script. I've never seen this before. It says, you know what? You're right. There are only a certain number of things any agent can do to get a home sold. And I think the final decision is not based on what I do differently. I think the real issue is how you feel about the agent representing you. So tell me, what qualities are you looking for in an agent? So isn't that great? So they started off with, they gave a question of what makes you different, and then when you finished answering the question, you answered it with a question, and now they're telling you, so you changed the whole thing. You see how that worked? So that's just awesome. What do you do different? What quality? So you've changed their question into asking what qualities are you looking for. That's very, very powerful technique. So does that make sense to you guys? Let me unmute you guys. So I don't want to go through all that with all the echo. Okay, so I've unmuted you guys. So I just want to. So how did that? What do you guys think about that whole level shift?
I like that because I just went through that this week, actually. Yeah.
Right. So you can say, so you go through, and then I think the real issue is how you feel about the agent representing you. ... Right. So tell me, what qualities are you looking for in an agent? God, I love that whole thing, right? Because you're all going to run into that. And then you can even use that little bit of nugget of a script when you're talking to first owners or expireds that talk to many different agents. I mean, you can adapt this little dialogue to many scenarios. So, does anybody want to try that? I'll go first as the agent, and then so one of you as a prospect, give me the objection. I've seen this marketing plan, and just stick right to the script. Don't change anything. Don't try and be an actor. Just read the script, okay? So who wants to go?
I will.
Go ahead.
All right.
Go ahead, Renee.
Yeah. Just do it.
Okay. So I'm the prospect or the agent?
You're the prospect.
Okay.
I'm going to be the agent, and then we're going to switch.
Okay. So I've seen this marketing plan from many different agents. What makes yours different?
You know what? You're right. There are only a certain number of things any agent can do to get a home sold. And I think the final decision is not based on what I do differently. I think the real issue is how you feel about the agent representing you. So tell me, what qualities are you looking for in an agent? And then, and then you got to pay attention. So go ahead and answer that question for me, Renee. What qualities are you looking for in an agent?
I want an aggressive agent that's going to get my home sold.
Oh, okay. So you want an aggressive agent to get your home sold. Is that correct?
That is correct.
So, Renee, all we need to do now is simply sign the contract. That way I can be aggressive and get your home sold. Won't that be great?
That'd be fabulous. But can you give the money that I need to get out of my home?
Well, how much do you need?
300,000.
Okay. And based on the comparable sales that we've looked at, okay, we've estimated that your home is worth about 300,000. Wouldn't you agree?
I would agree.
Okay. So no matter who you hire, you're just going to get the same amount of money. So let me ask you a question. Okay. Based on the net sheet we're looking at, do you still want to sell your home?
Yes, but yes, I do. Yeah.
Okay. Remember, it's positive. You always got to go for it. So based on what so we'll stop right there. So what they want is, it really boils down to, because if you can't net, in other words, we can only sell the house for what it's worth, period. So don't get into a conversation of I'm better and all this. It really boils down to, look, here's what your house is worth. It's not going to sell with anybody else. So instead of having a conversation of getting you less than what you want, you have to show the net sheet and say, do you still want to sell the house? Really, so that puts the pressure back on them, not on you coming up with a reason. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So you want to definitely do that. All right, so now let's switch. I'm going to be the prospect, Renee, and then you're going to be the agent. And Richard, and then I'll be the prospect, and you be the agent on the next one, okay?
Copy.
Okay.
So I've seen this marketing plan from many different agents. What makes yours different?
You know what? You're right. There are only a certain number of things any agent can do to get a home sold. And I think the final decision is not based on what I do differently. I think the real issue is how you feel about the agent representing you. So tell me, what qualities are you looking for in an agent?
So, well, I'm looking for somebody that's, it's aggressive. They have a marketing plan that communicates with me.
Okay, communication and marketing plan and aggressive. Fabulous. Those are great qualities to have in an agent, and I have all of that.
Okay.
Do you believe that I can sell your home?
I think you can, yeah.
Fabulous. And sign the contract right here.
Yeah. So don't just say sign a contract. Say, look, all we need to do now is simply, right? So that whole script, right? And that's in both in the prospecting. We need to do now is simply set an appointment. All we need to do now is simply sign the contract. And those are embedded commands: set an appointment, sign the contract. But you want to set it up. Look, hey, look, there's the whole thing of all we need to do now is simply, right? So that statement basically says, look, we're done. Nothing left. There's nothing else left. And the only thing that is left, it's really simple. Okay? So, look, all we need to do now is simply sign the contract, which is an embedded command, right? And you understand the embedded command, right? You pause, you change your cadence, and then you pause again, and then you go back to your natural cadence, right? So, look, all we need to do now is simply sign the contract. That way I can help you get what you want and the time you want. Won't that be great?
It's fabulous.
Yeah, go ahead, sign it. So when you set it up that way, it's not as, it's just about setting it up. That script is written that way for a reason, right? But I liked how you repeat it, right? You repeated what I said. That's important. It's very, very important to repeat and affirm. Repeat and affirm. Okay? So, all right, so Richard, you're next. So I'm going to give you the objection. So, Richard, I've seen this marketing plan from many different agents. What makes yours different?
You know what, Rob? You're right. There are only a certain number of things any agent can do to get a home sold. I think the final decision is not based on what I do differently. I think the real issue is how you feel about the agent representing you. So tell me, what qualities are you looking for in an agent?
Well, I'm looking for somebody that's, aggressive and do some marketing and communication.
Okay, so let me understand. You said you want an agent that's aggressive. You want an agent that has a marketing plan and will maintain communications with you on a consistent basis. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's exactly correct.
Okay, and Rob, I have all of those qualities, and I can show you my marketing plan anytime. I do have excellent communication.
They've already seen it. That's why they've asked that question.
Okay, all right.
Richard, when someone says, listen, let me stop. Let me interject. So when someone says, I'm looking for someone that's aggressive and marketing plan, so great. Repeat that. So, okay, so you're looking for somebody assertive, aggressive with a marketing communication. Great. All we need to do now is simply sign the contract. That way I can help you get what you want in the time you want. Won't that be great? So that bottom of that last close is pretty much on almost every prospecting to set an appointment, and then every listing presentation to sign the contract. So, excuse me. Sorry about that. So someone says go right for the close. So let's do that again. So I'll just answer the question, right? So and then hold on a second. Let me mute myself for a second. I needed to get a drink of water there. So I'm going to give you I'm going to answer your question, right? And then when I answer your question, I want you to just kind of repeat it, like keep it short, right? Don't go into ask, so you want an agent this, you want an agent that, you want an agent this. Just say, oh, okay, so you're looking for somebody aggressive, has some marketing, and it will be, and have some communication. Is that correct? And I go, yes, great. All we need to do now is simply sign the contract. That way I can help you get what you want and the time you want. Won't that be great? And then they go, yeah. And then you just say, sign the contract. Okay? So I'm just going to ask that question. So tell me, oh no, so you asked me what qualities I'm looking for. I'm sorry. So,
yeah,
Richard,
so tell me, what qualities are you looking for in an agent?
So I'm looking for somebody, Richard, that's aggressive. It's got a good marketing plan, and keep in touch with me.
Okay, so I understand you're looking for an agent that has aggressive marketing plan and communication. Is that correct?
Yep, that's it.
Okay. All we need to do now is simply sign the contract so we can get you what you want when you want it. Won't that be great?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Okay, just sign the contract, please.
Perfect. See, if you do more often, right? So and study the pauses, right? So all we need to all we need to do now is simply and then change your cadence, sign the contract, That way I can help you get what you want in the time you want. Won't that be great? So study that close is so powerful. You need to study that. You need to rehearse that one every day. So I don't know if you have your script book. You guys have your script books open. So and Renee, you have these scripts are online, so you can download them. But if you don't have the book, make sure you should have the book from your coaching packet. Correct?
Yeah, I've got the book.
So yeah, so that's just one you need. So do you have the book open to any of those to the listing presentation that has that at the bottom? I think it's at the bottom of the 1 minute. So because I don't even have that open, I just know that script verbatim. So let's see. I've said that thing 1,000 times. So let's see. Listing presentation.
Yeah, it is on. I was practicing the 1 minute presentation yesterday, so.
So let's look at that real quick. So 1 minute presentation. So here it is, right? Let me shrink that down a little bit. So right here it is. All we need to do now is simply, right? All we need to do now is simply ... sign the contract ... So I can help you get. So I can help you get what you want ... in the time you want ... Won't that be great? And so you want to make sure you get that downswing too, right? Won't that be great? Rather than won't that be great? So when you say won't that be great, you see when you upswing, I'm sure they taught this at productivity school, when you upswing, so we upswing naturally when we ask a question, but an upswing lacks authority, lacks command, right? So when you say won't that be great, and then they're like, you're commanding an answer right now, right? You're not lacking authority. It's not like when you upswing, you not only lack authority, you lack uncertainty, or you lack certainty. So you're now kind of uncertain, where we want to be authoritative and we want to be certain, right? So let's practice that together, the three of us. And so I'll start and I'll say all, and then we're going to do the ... right? So I want you to say, all we need to do now is simply ... sign the contract ... and I want you to change your cadence ever so slightly when we do sign the contract. Okay? So on the count of three. 1, 2, 3. All we need
to do now... ...
No, I'm sorry.
Sign.
I forgot simply. So all we need to do now is simply ... So let's start over. So I'll say all, and then you guys start with we need to do. So I'll say all, and then you guys both start with all. Okay? All
we need to do now
is simply ... sign the contract. So I can help you get what you want ...
So I can help you get what you want ...
in the time you want.
Time you want ... Won't that be great?
Won't that be great?
Won't that be great? Make sure you go down. Right? So you used to do that little karate chopper, hand. So squeeze your fist. Won't that be great?
Won't that be great?
Yeah, so you're going up. Won't that be great? There you go. That's a lot better. So it's a little, obviously, with echo, and it's not the same as it is if we were standing in a circle. So one of the ideas that I have, and we'll be getting, so I want you guys to master that close, because that close is the same thing you're closing when you're prospecting. So all we need to do now is simply set an appointment. That way I can help you get what you want and the time you want. Won't that be great? So that close it's a powerful close. And it commands authority, and when you do the right downswing, it has certainty to it. And so remember, people, they want to be led, right? If they're motivated to buy or sell a house, then they want to set an appointment. If they're motivated to list the property, then they want to sign a contract. So we need to go in there with authority. All we need to do now is simply sign the contract. That way I can help you get what you want in the time you want. Won't that be great? So, and the thing is, if you know what it is they want and when they want it, you can inject that in that close. So let's say they want to be sold and they want to be in Phoenix in 90 days, right? So excuse me. So all we need to do now is simply sign the contract. That way I can get you to Phoenix within the next 90 days. Won't that be great? See, that's their motivation. You're solving their problem. So all we need to do now is simply sign the contract. That way I can get you to Phoenix in the next 90 days. Won't that be great? I mean, how could they say no to that? And then they say, yeah, that'd be great. Say, great. Let's just go ahead and sign the contract. So So one of the things I'm going to work on, I don't know when, it'll be in the next couple of weeks maybe, is I plan to, I may do it where like a lunch and learn on Fridays down at Metro's Title's office down there in Sandy. They have a little training room down there at the Board of Realtors. I mean, we can even do it in my house if it's just, I mean, I may even just do that. Why don't we do it in my house? Where we'll do, especially once, oh yeah, I can definitely do it in my house. When we get the little recording studio set up, most of the equipment's here. I should have all the equipment by Wednesday. Hopefully by Friday, I'll be able to start recording. So the room may not be 100% finished, but I can definitely do it. So we can actually come to my house, and we can even do it on my dining room table. I can just bring the camera and tripod up, where we can sit at my dining room table, and I can even use your phone if you want, where we'll record you doing a listing presentation on your phone. That way you can watch it. You can go home and download it to your computer and then watch it over and over.
I think that's awesome.
It's very important to watch yourself doing it, because when you do that, you'll actually see where you're humming and you're making mistakes. I mean, you watch yourself and you're like, oh my God, I was picking my nose. I'm like, my God, I was scratching my butt. I can't believe I did that, you know? It's like you'd be amazed at the little nuances that you could work on to improve your presentation. Because remember, your presentation, it's showtime, right? It's showtime. Yeah. You know, you got to be Jack Nicholson and a few good men, right? You want me on the line. You know, you can't handle the truth. It's showtime. So, all right. Well, good job, guys. Good job. I'll end the recording, and then you guys have an awesome day. If there's anything you need, please feel free to reach out to me.
Rob, can I ask one question?
Yes.
I'm in the Mike Ferry website, and I'm looking for that title 400 or 40 objections. I'm only seeing the Mike Ferry real estate script book. It's a PDF download for $15.
I'll just email. Hold on a second. I have a bunch of them. I think. Let me see. Some resources, I believe.
Okay, I'll go to resources. I was in code products.
So it may only be. Do you have an account? Are you logged in?
Yes. Okay, I'm in resources.
Yeah, I don't see it in there either. Let's see. Members. Let's see. I'll send you a folder. So I have a bunch of them. I downloaded about. Well, let's see. I'll tell you how many I downloaded. There were 26 different scripts that I downloaded. So some of them you already have, but I'll just share the folder with you. Have them all.
All right. I appreciate it.
Okay. Thanks, guys. Have an awesome day.
All right.